everybody. My name is Krista Wade, and I am honored to bring you guys the Jewel Breakout session. Alec Clark opened up this session, and he told about a little bit of a story at the beginning of convention. He and Tarl were down, so there was the stage, and then kind of like there was a ramp up here. And he and Tarl were down on this little tiny square under the stage. And they had Aerosmith, and we were in Vegas, so imposter Aerosmith playing Dream On, and they were really good. And then at one moment, kind of at the climax, fireworks came out, and Alec and Tarl came up out of this square. And Alec was saying, in that square, in that moment, they looked at each other, and he was like, I think it was very surreal to them, and just like, wow, all of our dreams, they're coming true. And this was just a bigger, convention was bigger than they had ever imagined. And Alec got all choked up, and he really even couldn't finish his thought, because he just went like this. He just feels so blessed and just so appreciative of everything that has happened and all the blessings. So it's just really neat to see this man of soon to be $1 billion company just still be so appreciative and grateful and emotional about seeing so many of their people and their baby per se really growing and helping so many people achieve just health, happiness, and just everything. So I'm not crying, promise. It's just my eyes watering. So he wanted to talk to us about a balanced life. And Alec, first of all, told about a story that he is a huge believer in second chances. When he was in his early 20s, I'm not sure what kind of sales he was in. I don't think it was network marketing, because we don't have a boss. So he's a huge golfer, and he would work a little bit, and then he would spend the majority of his time on the golf course. Well, his boss called him in, and when his boss called him in to have a seat at the desk, Alex saw his sales report sitting on the boss's desk, and he said, I knew right away what was going to happen. And the boss said, Alec, I should fire you. He said, because your numbers have dropped and you're better than this. And he goes, but I know you. I know you're a hard worker. He said, I know you have a wife, and I know you have a kid. And he said, and I know your heart. He said, so I'm going to give you a second chance. And again, Alec could barely get through this, because he said that this was a defining moment in his career and then in his life, that this man gave him a second chance. And because this man gave him a second chance, he said more doors opened for him. And he said, I will be forever grateful for that man. So he's a huge believer in second chances. And what that means to me is that we need to be a believer in second chances. You guys know that I was a Plexus quitter. I started it in October, and I did it for big O 2 weeks. And then I decided that it was not for me. And 3 months later, I started it again. So we really need to go back to those customers and those ambassadors and just work with them and see what it is. Are they fearful? Was it just a bad time for them? Is it financial? Or are they scared of success? Are they scared of failure? Have they just done everything on the market before, and this is just another thing? And so we just really, if we're really connecting with those customers and ambassadors, we can truly help them out of the trenches, and really just pull them up and help them see that it does take time, and everybody's body is so different. So I'm a big believer in second chances. I'm third, fourth, but I just want you guys to just go back through your list and just really see who you can hit again and who you know is still suffering. So second chances are huge. He said also to keep in balance your faith, your family, and Plexus. He's real big. He said it should be in that order. He said your work should enhance your life, and it should not take away from it. And I know that my work has definitely enhanced my life. Being a teacher totally enhanced my life when I was with the students, but it was also a drag when I was having to do the paperwork. And I know paperwork is part of life, but it was a little more stressful than I felt like I wanted it to be. And then with Plexus, my life has been enhanced so much. I have made so many new relationships. I have met so many neat people, and I have just formed bonds with people that I would have never met before. So I feel like that is a huge enhancement on my life. And so I'm very happy. So my work is really, really doing good. So schedule your time to work your business, and be adamant about it. If you work, if you want to set your hours from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. and you work like from 7 to 10, you take a break and you're with your kids the rest of the afternoon, and then you work it at night from this time to this time, set it up. Let your team know. Just say, hey, I will 100% get back with you, but these are my hours and this is where it's going to be. I know that is easier said than done because we want to be there. We want to help. That's what we are. We're in the helping business. I mean, we love to help people. So he says it's a suggestion, and he said he really wants us all to do that so we're not burnt out. He said burnout happens, and he said it is not, it's not something that they want us to feel. Oh my gosh, don't reinvent the wheel. And this is so true. I mean, there's been amazing things that have been done, and they work. There's no need to sit there and think of something new to be done when we just go back and revisit what worked previously, and we just need to refresh it. So don't reinvent the wheel. Keep doing what's always worked for you. Like I said, I write down, before I've said it, I write down my calendar, what I've done that month, who I contacted when I contacted them, so I can go back and go, oh my goodness, I had a really great April. What was I doing in April? Don't go reinvent something new when you've already done it very well in the past. So data collection and keeping is, I think, key, and that's what I've been doing more and more of, so I can see really where my IPA is and what's happening. Take breaks and enjoy life. Put your phone away. This was him. He said that I think he was 15 or 16, his son, and I don't know if a job change had happened or something, but he looked at Alec and he said, Dad, the only thing I regret is I wish that you would have been there for me more, been at more games. And Alex said that tore him apart, because he would go to things, but he would still be on his phone, or he would just have to finish up that last little bit before he went. And he goes, none of that really mattered, and that email could have waited till the next day. And so I think he's just kind of been there, done that, and he's trying to keep us from making some of those same mistakes. So be present when you're present. If you're at your kid's game, be present at their game. Put your phone down, put it away. And guys, I know it is hard, but if they had that question an hour ago, they're still going to have that question when you get done with your son's game or your daughter's game or dance or whatever. So we have to make sacrifices at times, but just not when we need to be present with our kids. And that's kind of what he was saying. Recharge your battery. You got to take breaks. You got to recharge it. But what I love is that I've seen so many of us recharging our batteries together. So I know the group met at the pool the other day. We have met out at team dinners or just kind of small get-togethers. And that's a great way to recharge your battery. When you get all that belief and you get all that excitement together, whether it be 3 people, 50 people, whatever, it just fuels you. It excites you. So I encourage you to meet with your teams. I know Zooms are amazing and they're great for cross-country people to connect, but if you have a bunch of you in your little area, meet together, get together, brainstorm together, because I think that is a great way to stay connected, and it's fun. I mean, we're fun. We laugh a lot. We enjoy one another. We all have the same goal, and when you have like-minded people that have the same goal, that's what is exciting to me. So kind of recharge your battery, stay up with your friends. And he's like, relationship is our business. And so that's, again, when you're meeting with your small groups, that's about relationships. And that's what our business is built on, and sharing. So I love him. I just love that he shares his heart and his passion. One thing that he and Tarl continue to say all weekend is that if you don't give up on us, we won't give up on you. And guys, that means a whole lot to me, because we've been going through a lot of bumps in the road, and it's not bumps that they are into, that they're not excited about, and they don't want these bumps either. They chose a system, InfoTrax, and this system has definitely wreaked havoc on every aspect of Plexus. So they're just saying, if you will stick with us, we promise to stick with you. And y'all, I believe that wholeheartedly, because they are men of honor, and they, I trust them. I really do. I mean, they are going to get this back going correctly and be smooth sailing. They've already got our customers' orders. They're going out perfect. There's just so many things that have changed that are back to normal that we kind of forgot were bad. Just now we're having a few little hiccups in the road on other ends, but I promise they're working diligently to get it. And I trust them and believe them. So sorry, that was a little plug. So after that, we had the joy of hearing Julie Clark. And Julie Clark was the founder of Baby Einstein. She was an English teacher, and she had her daughter. And you all know we have a ton of moms on here that when you need to do something, like when you needed to take a shower, I mean, you really wanted something to entertain your child. So she started doing some research, music. Long story short, she came up with Baby Einstein. And what she found was that she was in Georgia, I believe, and CNN was just right next to her. And so she called CNN and said, hey, I have a video and it's for infants and I want to know if you would like to do a story on it. Well, luckily, who she called, they were doing a story on orphanages and what happens when children aren't stimulated in orphanages. And so it went hand in hand, perfectly matched, and kind of the rest is history. And Julie said what happened, everybody kept saying, oh, that's so lucky that you got that with CNN, so lucky. And she goes, I make my own luck. And she said, what I found out is the harder I worked, the luckier I got. And I think that's one of my favorite quotes, because we like to say they're lucky all the time. We like to say, oh, they're lucky they got this. But we don't know what they're doing behind closed doors. You don't know how hard they're working. You don't know the hours they're working. You don't know how many no's they've had before they had that one yes. So that is my favorite quote. The harder I work, the luckier I got. And that was pretty cool. I like that quote. And so she was just very inspired, and she just kept working. So she saw this vision, and she had this company for 5 years. And then Disney came knocking on her door, and she sold Baby Einstein to Disney for $25 million. $25 million, Baby Einstein. I mean, come on. It's white background, noise. I mean, I'm just saying that was amazing. I wish I had that thought. But $25 million, sold it to Disney so they could do bigger and better things with it. Her whole goal in life was to make a positive difference. Well, she kept going. She developed the next thing called the Safe Side. They are videos that they show in elementary schools. They're kind of corny, but they're all about safety. So it's trying not to scare the children. It's all about being safe. Anyway, during that, she came up with stage 4 breast cancer. It was devastating. Her prognosis was not good. She was not supposed to come out of it. But 8 years later, she is very happy to say that she is in remission. And her whole point to telling us that was hope. She found hope. And she hung on to hope, and she always chooses the positive road. And so that was kind of her whole message, was to stay engaged, to keep dreaming big, to keep inspiring others, and just to never be complacent and settle. After she sold Baby Einstein, she had $25 million. Did you think she really needed to go do something else? But that's not her. That's not fulfilling in life. So she wanted to continue to enrich people's lives. She wanted to continue to make a positive impact. So that's why she was developing everything. So the whole point of Julie talking to us was just to continue to dream big, to work hard, because the harder you work, the luckier you're going to get, and to always just never put a cap on yourself, and just to kind of go for it. So that was just kind of a quick recap. That's what we got to hear for those 3 hours. And I'm super duper excited that next week, starting on July 5th, our Ambassador to Silver group, they're going to present their Zoom. It's 8 p.m. Central Time. Go to the Plexus Freedom Dream Team page. Look, the graphic is the Dream on Convention graphic, and go into there. Make sure you put your email in so that we can get you going. July 6th will be the first part of the Golds Zoom. It is 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I believe this will be diving into the Success Kit, I'm pretty sure. Then the second part will be July 7th at 8 p.m. And that will be duplication and growing your teams, I believe. And then July 11th, we have our Rubies, 2 senior Rubies. They are going to be presenting on July 11th, and I believe that is at 8 p.m. as well. So stay tuned. Lots of good information coming up. I know that it takes time, but taking 1 hour out of your day and listening in, I promise is worth it. These ladies have worked super hard to present material that they learned, and so it's helped everybody, because what they got and they took in, they digested it, worked together with groups, and now they're going to present it to you all. And that's just exciting to see your teammates just really soar and present information that they learned. So hope you guys have a fabulous 4th of July and stay safe, and we will see y'all soon.